This is silver on the daily scale price in US dollars, and as you can see, I'm expecting this to turn out to be a fourth wave. I think it's a fourth wave. I have this as 1, 2. It is looking like a fourth wave in several various other currencies that I examine often. And right now, when I examine the time scale, that the first correction here, the second wave, I see that it took more than 3 months, and we haven't seen anything of that magnitude here. So my expectation, given that in general fourth wave is longer than the second wave, so my expectation is that the fourth wave is not done. This is just a straightforward common expectation. Okay, there's nothing terribly unusual about that. That doesn't mean that this is a guarantee that silver will not actually wake up now and absolutely soar above this level. Especially that we have in the background a projection for lengthy decline in the dollar index and awakening of a lot of currencies against the US dollar. Okay, that tends to be the perfect background for strength to surface in the precious metals. And that could be indeed the case, that it will continue and absolutely fly through the roof here. But if you like talking patterns, I would say this is not looking very likely. We sort of need another 2-3 weeks or maybe a month just hanging around here to deliver the bits and pieces to terminate the fourth wave. That would be a textbook situation, and would give us plenty of time to prepare for that short fifth wave. Let's have a look at 4-hour scale. It is complex. There is nothing we can do about it. This is Mr. Market's path waves here, and we can't force anything here. We can do our best to tune ourselves to what's happening here, and that's it. We have an A, clearly, with this structure. We have an A. We are not sure that we have a B done, because if it runs above this level, it will open the prospects that the B is still ongoing. Do you see? And of course, that's going to be complex. We're going to have to revise a few things here. So you have short-term critical level right here. That's at 1835. Okay, running above 1835, it's likely triggering around above this level as well, which comes at 1876. And potentially reaching towards challenging the previous high. Okay, given the scale of the A, do not be shocked if you get a spike up towards the previous high, you see, to balance this movement. Only if it rallies above the previous high, 19.6, and it sits around here, then the prospects of it continuing high will increase. Now you might say to me, well, what can I do with this information? I will tell you straight away that if you are long-term invested, you need to do nothing. If you are interested in long-term investing, then I would suggest buy right now, because the scope of a huge decline is very minimal as far as I'm concerned. If you're interested to get in, as it were, get into the precious metals because you sold when it rallied here or here or here, whatever, and you're wondering what you should do, I think just go in. Go in. I went in full now. I've invested. I've gone back to the stocks that I sold a few weeks ago, and I'm sitting waiting. Some of the positions, they are short term, but most of them, my positions are for several weeks. Yes, so I'm comfortable, and if suddenly on Monday, Tuesday we get this, what do you think I'm going to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait. This is something that you must take into account. Okay, if you are not willing to sit through this when you have a long-term position, then I don't know how you're going to manage. Because this should be nothing. This should be maybe 3%, 4% in stocks, at worst 5%. You've got to take these things into account. This is longer term. If you are a very, very short-term trader, trading off the 5 minutes, 15-minute scale, at most 60-minute scale, then running above this level should be a sign for you that it wants to continue higher. And then it's totally up to you how you want to manage that. If you enter around here, it continues high, you've got to run up with your stop tight. You've got to define your stop loss. Yes, if it does that and it sinks, this is something you must take into account. It does that, it sinks. The pattern doesn't allow for this, if you like. The pattern doesn't call for such a sharp reversal in this manner. No, the pattern says if it does break above this level, there is good scope that it's going to do this. Okay, because then you're becoming from a base building that was put here, and you'll be coming up probably in an A, B, C. Okay, all these arrows are not designed to confuse you, they're designed to help you. There is no escape from drawing them from time to time so that you see the movement that I have in mind. Okay, so that is essentially my reading currently concerning silver. Here's spot gold. That's the daily. Daily, as you can see, is still hovering at the zone that is perfectly okay as a fourth wave. And we have the same dilemma in a sense. Do we have a fourth wave behind us, meaning the bottom? Are we looking at a fifth wave unfolding? I'm not terribly sure, because we need to really run above the previous high registered here and to have a steady climb for me to be certain this is the case. And again, I would say that if you are for the long term, like let's say 3 months run, if you are even beyond 3 months run, then there is nothing to talk about. Just go in. If you are not invested, go in with what you intended to allocate to the precious metals. If you are for 2, 3 months, 4 months run, go in. I did it myself, so I'm just telling you what I did with my own money. If I got it wrong, then, you know, there's always risk. You can't have guarantees in this business, but this is looking good. This is looking like stabilization time. Yes, it's stabilizing, and it's going to very likely continue higher. This is my preferred reading, as you know by now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's now go to the 2-hour scale. That's an ABC, which I take as an A. And the dilemma arises here: are we going to have a pop above this level that would extend actually the B, or the B ended here? It's not very clear, because gold failed to run above this level, and therefore it is raising the prospects that there could be an attempt to rally above now. And in a way, it could clarify actually the wave count if you get this. It looks to me like it ended the week actually stabilizing in view of going higher. Yeah, this looks to me like, that's the 15-minute scale. This looks to me like a short-term sideways price action that calls for further advance. So this is a critical level, very short-term, 1,500. Yes, going sideways in this manner. Prepare for further run. Okay, further run above the previous high registered here, 1,518. So that is my reading currently concerning gold in US dollars. Here's gold in Japan.